They do not play that.
Sacred Sakura! Stop them!
Oh, we have to fight them? Mink? Mink?
Wow, there are so many of them!
What? There's more? There's... Thank you, Paimon, but Traveler's about to die. Let's go. Are we being jumped?
Torn to oblivion!
Did her voice change?
Shogun? Wait, no! Could also be A!
Obviously, it isn't the Shogun. It's A. Oh,
Oh, it's you two.
who'd you think it
It
was?
has been a long time. We have not seen each other since the resolution of the Tenryou Commission crisis.
Do you not remember the story quest that we went on with you?
Okay, sounds more like A. It is you, right? You sure made short work of them! That was amazing!
What brings you out this time?
I'm making early preparations for what is to come. Last time we took a walk around Inazuma together, I witnessed the way the world is today. I was finally able to comprehend some things that I had never understood in the past.
That's good for you. Character growth.
Since then, every time I encounter an obstacle in my thinking, I find myself having the urge to spend some time in the outside world.
This is good for you. You should always get some fresh air once in a while.
Makes sense. You must get super bored being stuck in there all the time.
Yes.
Might I remind you that I am not here to amuse myself. Recently, I have observed a number of changes in the external world from the plane of Euthymia. The most serious of these being the attack on the sacred Sakura by numerous rift hounds. I considered this matter worthy of my attention, so I pursued them, and they led me here, where I happened to run into you.
It doesn't sound like a matter needing the Archon's attention.
If the Shogun rather than I were to discover them, yes, perhaps she would have left the situation alone.
I wonder what would happen if the Shogun and A just like met each other when A's not in the plane of Euthymia.
Why? Because she's just a puppet?
Well, she has a specific programming, right?
Precisely. According to the rules I designed for her, matters of this nature are to be delegated to the Tri-Commission. But rift hounds attacking the sacred Sakura. It brings back bad memories of that terrible disaster.
Is it Kanria?
A disaster?
Yes. 500 years ago, a great catastrophe befell Inazuma.
It's Kanria.
Everything was engulfed in a pitch-black fog, and monsters ravaged the land. Countless lives were lost, and this homeland that the people had worked so hard to build, the monsters committed many atrocities on Inazuman soil. And the rift hounds were always their advance guard.
Maybe it's not Kanria. Maybe I jumped to conclusions. I hope it's not. That would be so random. Imagine like starting a story quest as soon as the character shows up. Kanria.
Their duty was to tear open a passage through space with their claws and teeth, and then call in even more powerful beasts.
Kanria.
So you've heard of it too.
So I guess Mihoyo just thought, if we add Kanria and the little bits of lore, they'll like the story quest, which is true.
That's an episode of history that I am loath to recall. Maybe to you, it seems like my response to these creatures was an excessive one.
The mouth was starting to move and then it stopped as soon as this.
But an excess of caution is not unwarranted in this case.
Okay,
Guess you can't argue with that.
you can't really.
Since we are both here for the same reason, let us work together.
Okay then.
From the traces they've left in the surrounding area, there should be many more monsters nearby. All of them must be eliminated.
Let's go.
Paimon feels so safe when we're in Ace Company. Having someone uber powerful on your team kind of makes you feel invincible, doesn't it?
Do you know who I am? I fought Osayo, his wife, Devolin, everyone. and you're more comfortable in A's why don't you go be A's traveling guide?
Oh, yeah. After we've dealt with the monsters, we should ask her to tell us more about Conria.
Ooh, that'd be I hope there's a cutscene like the one in we always had. I don't know what the quest was called with Dane's Leaf, but I hope it's something like that.
This color! It's similar to the color when the sacred Sakura takes damage. Let's follow it. It should be this way.
Let's go. Look at that blood. Try to figure out what happened. Rift Hounds came and killed everybody. I called it.
We are lucky. The damage is not too serious. The Yashiro Commission will be able to nurse the root system back to health.
How do you nurse a root system back to health?
This stuff that's flowing out, is it sap or something? And how come it's glowing?
As soon as he said that, it started glowing.
Huh?
Oh. A Kagemo Jutsu?
What's this?
How terrible.
Baby, dead people?
Yes.
It wouldn't be the first time we'd seen ghosts on our journey. But why would they appear here?
Is it memories? Well, it has to be memories. It's from the Sakura root, right?
Let's search the area. Perhaps we will find out.
Why don't you just ask them? Well, they're dead. That's why. You seem like every other samurai NPC.
I can't go on like this. Not when the other troops are counting on me.
Okay.
What happened here? Could you tell us?
He can't talk to us.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
How can he talk to us? That doesn't make any sense unless he's talking to someone in his memory.
Run quick while you still can. The monsters will be back. And once you're in their sights, I'm telling you there's no escaping them. We will defend Inazuma until our dying breath.
Well, the monsters are Rift Hounds. What happened?
You don't know? Inazuma is engulfed in darkness. Beasts and horrifying monsters are everywhere. They're merciless, ferocious, and they will devour everything in their path.
Okay.
Every last trace of humanity's existence, I tell you. They'll devour it all.
Man, this is getting serious.
Look, none of that seems to be going on around here.
This is the he's talking about like 500 years ago, right?
Not right now, but they'll be back. Look, get out of here. Now, there's no time left. The almighty Shogun is gone. So is Kitsune Saigu. There is no one left to rely on.
Nobody.
I don't know how long we can hold out for. But if we abandon our hope, then we've got nothing left at all.
That's scary.
Don't worry, I'm right here.
He might have PTSD.
It's the Shogun? You're back. Please, we beg you. You have to help us. You have to save Inazuma. Only the glow of your supreme lightning can dispel this terrible darkness. Please, or the whole of Inazuma will be reduced to a hunting ground for the beasts.
Calm down. The war you speak of is over.
Oh, well, I'm kind of happy.
Over? But what do you mean? Shogun?
Look around you. The grass grows green and lush, and a soft breeze blows. This is Inazuma at peace, as you will no doubt remember. There are no monsters, nor is there anything else here that could threaten your life.
Unless you have a vision.
What? But how? Just moments ago, they were everywhere.
Well, you're in a genjutsu.
I saw them tear my comrade to shreds with my own eyes.
Ooh, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. You're probably like the Tsukiyomi or something.
Hey, calm down. Everything's fine now.
Give him a pat on the back. Give him something.
I think I understand. Almighty Shogun, you saved Inazuma. Yes, we were right to place our trust in the Almighty Shogun. As long as the Shogun is with us, Inazuma will last for an eternity.
I feel so bad for him.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, thank you.
What's wrong with him?
He's gone.
That's sad.
Paimon can't even begin to understand what that was all about.
How?
Somehow, Paimon feels all sad and hopeless.
If I am not mistaken, what we just saw was a samurai's memory that was buried in the land.
I knew it.
The sacred sakura can absorb and purify the filth in the ley lines. After the Rift Hounds attacked, some of this filth leaked out through the cracks in the trunk and formed a physical entity.
Every time I saw the sacred sakura, I just thought it was just some other tree. Now it got some like the sap inside the roots. It was
An
magical.
entity formed with strong filth would be highly aggressive. But when purified, it presents in the form of a memory.
How do you know all this about memories, eh?
Purified filth quickly dissipates and will be absorbed by the ley lines shortly afterwards. In other words, it cannot exist for too long.
The same thing happened to Dusky Ming. I don't know who that is.
So the memories of the ones that died are all appearing at this moment?
Dusky Ming, I don't know who that is.
Yes. That soldier was one of the many thousands who made the ultimate sacrifice. What he was describing just now was precisely the disaster that happened in Inazuma 500 years ago.
Ooh. 500 years ago. Thousands. Can you imagine thousands of your people just gone? He mentioned the shogun was absent.
Yes. Inazuma was facing many great crises at that time. Some were local in origin, while others came from the now fallen kingdom of Kanria. The disaster in Inazuma caused me great concern. I felt that I had to step in before it was too late. Otherwise, it would spread to all of Teyvat.
Nah, Rex Lapis will fix it. Don't worry about it. He's the backbone of all
My
Teyvat.
friend, Kitsune Saiku, reassured me that I had nothing to worry about. She would shoulder the responsibility of protecting Inazuma and mobilize all forces at her disposal to combat the threat.
Did she die? She died,
Tell
right?
that, although neither of us acknowledged it, we both knew that the road ahead would likely end in tragedy.
That's sad. Give her a hug.
So,
F in the chat for her
Inazuma
friend.
was
We know she's
attacked at
dead.
the same time as when the disaster happened in Kanria?
Oh, that's gotta have something to do with Celestia. Man, just ripped a portal open with her finger, like touching the sky, ripped it open. A bunch of Rift Hounds just came through.
Indeed. Countless monsters suddenly appeared throughout all of Inazuma. In the end, Kitsune Saigu sacrificed her life to protect the people.
Oof. GG's. We should have got her as a playable character. Not Yaimiko.
I never had the chance to see her one last time,
That's sad.
but I would like to believe that she kept her promise to me until the very last.
F in the chat.
But even then, Inazuma was left more devastated than we could have ever imagined. Those terrible tragedies left great wounds that are still felt to this day, both on the land itself and in my heart.
Oh my god. Whoever wrote this did a way better job.
Hey,
Give her a hug. Is this the loss that Yaimiko mentioned? Probably.
Yes. For the longest time, I couldn't bring myself to face the pain of that loss. All my martial might was in vain. Though I could conquer Tatarigami and vanquish monsters, I was helpless against the ravages of time, powerless to keep the ones I cherished alive.
We learn from our mistakes, eh? We learn.
But after my clash with human ambition, I thought long and hard. Now I realize I cannot fixate on the past forever.
She was stuck in the
When
past
I
this whole
traveled
time?
around Inazuma with you, I caught a glimpse of how the nation has progressed over the centuries. A glimpse of human potential. Everything far exceeded my expectations.
Your expectation must have been really low.
Moving forward inevitably invites further loss, but also new encounters. Just think of that soldier. Despite all the losses he had experienced, he still chose to keep fighting for the sake of moving forward.
G's in the chat, bro. He's a Giga Chad.
All those who sacrificed themselves back then gave their lives fighting for a future. But perhaps the future they were hoping for is not the eternity that I once strove for.
We'll go with this one.
As Inazuma's god, it is high time I honored their wishes.
Yes, you should have done that before the Vision Hunt decree.
Warriors of the past, who spilled your blood on this land, your noble souls now rest in this earth.
I hope they can hear you.
I will never forget you, and all that you did for Inazuma.
Tell him, A, tell him.
He's taking all this pretty hard.
Well, she did I mean, that is a lot when you think about it. Half, I don't know if it was half of their population, but I can assume that a lot of people died or killed, and her best friend. So, I wonder if Yao was around when they were best friends.
Come on. Let's keep investigating the damage to the sacred Sakura.
After you. I like how they made it rain. I assume that's to symbolize A's sadness, which I think is really cool.